general reading for the collective of Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. It's not date or time specific, so whenever you come upon it, if it speaks to you, it may be your message at that time. You can be here as a cross watcher for a Leo. Sometimes the messages speak more directly to you than about your person. Keep that in mind. Let's see. Well, I do want to make mention of something going on in the cosmos. This series of readings is all focused on the transit of Venus into Leo. So Venus moved into Leo on June 5th. So if you have any planets in Leo, especially Venus or your sun, this transit of Venus is going to hit those planets as she moves through the sign. Venus is normally in any sign for 3 to 3.5 weeks, but because she's going to retrograde in the sign of Leo, she will be in Leo into October. I think it's close to 4 months total. So that will be very impactful. The degree points in your chart that you want to find are between 12 and 28 degrees, because 12 degrees is where her pre-shadow phase begins. She gets to 28 degrees. She turns around, retrograde, goes back to 12 degrees of Leo, turns around, stations direct, and goes back on through. So 12 to 28 degrees. It doesn't matter if you have planets in Leo, find the house. So the house number. And that will tell you the area of life where some of this deep excavation in matters of the heart may take place. And I just wanted to dedicate this series of readings to that energy. Okay, so let me go ahead and activate the reading with a card from Sacred Traveler. Let's see what we got. Finding Sanctuary, opening to your spiritual source. Lovely message for you there, Leo. Finding Sanctuary, opening to your spiritual source. So that's kind of like a laying low, going within, getting very quiet, meditative, and feeling your connection to source. I like that, especially since we have all this activity in the Leo energy right now with Venus. Mars is there too, so she's going to kind of come close to conjuncting Mars, but not close enough. So yeah, it's a thing. Energy in Leo is a thing. All right, here we go. I'm going to pull a modified Celtic cross. I'll give you my impressions, and then we'll clarify as needed. Last mention is private readings are available once again. If you scroll down in the description box below this video just a little bit, you'll see it says private readings, and there's a link that will take you to the booking page. You can read all about it. I think there's like one spot available right now, but they do open up during the weekdays. So if there isn't anything there, it will be tomorrow or the next day. All right, here we go. King of Cups. What's crossing the King of Cups? Devil energy, but of course there's our Empress, the world in the past. Ooh, justice, balance, harmony, fairness, Five of Cups, and then their future. Okay, so Spirit's message to you is this Queen of Swords, which is about getting really practical and very centered. And then we have the hidden energy. Is there some conflict residing behind the scenes or in the psyche of the person that you're here to watch about? And then the outcome is about moving forward slowly, methodically, deliberately, with a plan. Could be an offer coming toward you as well. The Knight of Pentacles, the Knights make offers. But let's start with the beginning. We have the King of Cups. I feel like there's some challenge here. There may be an energy that feels to me like a fear-based resistance to emotional expression. It's not for a lack of feelings, but whoever it is you're here watching about, it feels to me like they struggle to communicate their feelings, or they have suppressed them from some energy of fear or a negative karma attached to it to some degree. So I'm not seeing the devil in any other way other than the challenge is this person overcoming their fear of saying how they feel and sharing their emotions. In the unconscious awareness, we have the Empress, divine feminine energy. It's very open, very much about unconditional love, very nurturing, very receptive. In the past, we have the World. There may have been a cycle that closed out, something that came to an end. This is about maybe a new cycle beginning, or that failed to begin, if that makes sense, because in your conscious awareness with Justice, it's about leveling the playing field, some fairness, some balance. In the near future with the Five of Cups, someone looking backward here, either with regrets of the past, mistakes of the past, or just a sense of disappointment, right? Grief and loss and sadness of something you feel was lost to you. And it could be this King of Cups. And like I said, Spirit's talking about you being practical and in a search for truth. The hidden energy, there's some conflict, there may be some outside interference, and what unfolds going forward may take some time. So what I like about the Knight of Pentacles is like it's allowing you to give some breathing space to all of this, but it's still saying there's something that you're aiming for. There's some kind of direction you're heading, and it will unfold a little bit more gradually. So King of Cups and the Devil. Four of Swords, Strength card. There's some Leo energy. 10 of Wands. Wow. I feel it's hard for you. I'm going to say it's hard for you to kind of overcome your own fears too. This is something you are energetically supporting each other with, even if you are not in 3D together. If you are in separation, there's some kind of energy of helping each other overcome the negative karma of the past, because we do have the Five of Cups, but also I just saw my computer get a little glitchy, so that's not you're not hallucinating it. I'm just going to keep going. But also overcoming obstacles of your present fears, things that have a hold on both of you. The Four of Swords, your desire to overcome any obstacles, heal anything from the past, and then release it. The 10 of Wands is this is too much of a burden. It's about unburdening yourselves, but the Devil energy tells me that it's kind of hard to let it go. There's something that's got a grip on both of you. It may be negative karma from the past that is now presenting as fear in the present of your emotional connection. I know. So let's look at the Empress. Queen of Swords again. Ace of Swords, King of Pentacles. All right, so this is great because Spirit's going to talk about it in a minute, but I feel like there's something that you're starting to see more clearly, but it's not filtering through in your present awareness. It's something that's kind of rising up in your psyche. It's almost about this person wherever they are. And I do feel I'm talking to someone who's in separation from someone who may be committed elsewhere or in another partnership or relationship even, and they haven't been showing up for you. In other words, the King of Pentacles being way buried down deep here, it's like that's what you want. You want them to show up, right? You want them to be here, be present now. But there's something coming to light that you're open to receiving, that information. The Ace of Swords is a divine gift of insight, knowledge, information, but it kind of feels like an epiphany is about to come through. And so we'll see when Spirit talks about the Queen of Swords what that might be about. But it is about this person and how they have not shown up for you in 3D. They may be elsewhere, they may not, but that's what I'm getting. I mean, it is a general reading, so you have to kind of adjust, take it as it resonates for you. In the past, we have the World, right, closing out something, and what happened here is the new beginning would have been something more committed and came to a screeching halt. with the Page of Wands underneath. I feel like you were prepared to move forward. You were committed to the connection. You could see a future. That's why this King of Pentacles comes through that way. But I have a feeling the other person, whoever is this King of Cups, didn't take it quite as serious or wasn't as invested at the time, was a little bit more riding the surface of all the emotion and the passion. But therefore, I'm seeing it as the new cycle that did not begin. Maybe it didn't fall apart, it just got stuck. There's the second guessing, the overthinking, the self-doubts, but also being in a prison of your own making around this topic. So one cycle closes out, a new one does not begin. Let's see the Justice card. In conscious awareness. Okay. So it feels like there was either some avoidance or deception or a perceived betrayal. And that's what you're trying to get a level playing field around. We do have the Ace of Wands, which is interesting. So I feel like there's a lot of passion here, and you haven't necessarily given up on the connection, and maybe are interested in renewing it on some level, restarting it, reigniting the torch of passion, as I like to say about the Ace of Wands. But there's still something here that feels like it was off, a trust issue. I'm seeing a breach of trust here. And despite the breach of trust and your desire for resetting the scales of balance, you haven't given up. So there is some perseverance that I see underneath for you, but I also see your concern about maybe this person taking some accountability for skipping out, if that makes sense, or for stepping out, if that makes sense. We have the Devil and the Seven of Swords. For some of you, it could be that. Let's see the Five of Cups in the near future. Nine of Cups, Three of Pentacles, Ten of Cups. So someone has regrets about being complacent and not really being very cooperative. They have regrets about it because underneath is the Ten of Cups. You know, so this is some energy. It could be yours. It could be your person who sort of rested on their laurels, who didn't take the action at the time they need, right? That's why that new cycle didn't begin. I'm kind of comfortable where I am. Things aren't great, but they're not horrible. And so I'm not going to push it. And so they don't show up for you, and the new beginning and the committed up-leveling doesn't occur. It just stops. So that's what I think I'm picking up on. And this person having some regret about it, whether or not they're going to express it, I don't know. There's still some conflict lurking there, but I feel like this person's regret is, why didn't I just get on the same page with this person? We could be so happy. So I'm feeling it's more of your person's energy going forward that comes through with those regrets. Could be you, like I said, sometimes these things come through reversed, but I'm feeling it's the other person. I'm seeing their regret at being complacent, not taking action, and not being on the same page and equally invested. Instead, they were a little bit more, keeping things light and not too serious, which is why we're opening with the King of Cups. So, right, because the King of Cups does have deep feelings, but struggles to express them. So let's see the Queen of Swords. Yes, Justice again. Wow. High Priestess, the Sun. I feel like Spirit is telling you to keep your wits about you. That you know more than you think you know. There's an inner knowing that you're being guided to. And it may be, if you're here as a cross watcher, especially about your Leo, but it's something that once you tap into it, once you have this aha moment, Queen of Swords, Ace of Swords, the balance you seek around this energy, it kind of comes in by way of intuition. by way of that connection, opening your spirit, opening to your spiritual source is sort of what I'm seeing here. If you want that level playing field, if you want the fairness and the balance to be restored, you have to be very practical minded about it. I know I keep saying that word, but for some reason it's going to speak to somebody. And it's almost like the answer's right there, and you know it. You already have it all inside of you. Trust your inner knowing. Trust your intuition. And it is around the theme of happiness in this connection. I've got Leo here twice already with the Strength card and the Sun card, so it could just be referencing the Leo. But whether you're here as the Leo or not, it is about your happiness. And you have to trust your inner knowing, your intuition around this whole situation coming into balance. And the way to do that is through this Queen of Swords. Almost like clear out any residual emotions, because I see a lot of that here. De-gunk the emotionality around it. Look at the situation in a more level-headed way. Even a little bit clinical, dare I say, Queen of Swords. Right? A little bit more clinical instead of deeply emotional. That's why the Queen of Swords is landing on the Empress, because the Empress is all about unconditional love. This calls for a different energy. It calls for the higher mind to kick in. By the way, Queen of Swords is out twice, as is Justice, and they are all cards of Libra. So that's talking about diplomacy and balance and even advocating for yourself is part of the Libran energy, but it also rules the 7th house of relationships. So, and is Venus ruled, and Venus is now in your sign, Leo. So it's all coming together. 5 of Wands in the hidden energies. Wow, there's the World. Okay, so there was a conflict about the new beginning, or a conflict that brought about the ending. I almost feel like you're seeing behind the scenes to what happened here. There was outside interference that brought your cycle to an end and prevented the new cycle from beginning. This person is holding on to a lot of fear and insecurity around it. Insecurity is being triggered by the memory of it even. And underneath is the 3 of Wands. It's almost like this person is anticipating that new beginning. They haven't lost the vision of, this is the ships coming in card. Now, the thing about the 3 of Wands is it begins with the 2 of Wands. We have the Ace here. Got it? That's where we begin. The 2 of Wands is the path we choose. And it feels like a path was chosen to go in a different direction, and this person is now anticipating the opportunity for a new beginning. So it feels though like the ending was due to some conflict, some outside source. You may know exactly what I'm talking about. If not, it wasn't on your end. It may have been behind the scenes that you weren't aware of. But for those of you who know exactly what it is, you're getting confirmation here. Could have even been a karmic partner, if that makes sense to you. Devil can often be that, as well as our King of Pentacles being committed elsewhere. So now we have the Knight of Pentacles in the outcome position. Yeah, something's coming toward you that will reset the stability if you're patient. Got it? This is something unfolding organically. I love all the Pentacles here. We have 4 Pentacles cards. I'm going to reveal them one at a time. Knight of Pentacles. Begin with the end in mind. Someone taking action methodically, deliberately, intentionally, with a plan. A little cautiously even. And this is something that will unfold over time more organically. And I feel like it sets this 5 of Pentacles into reversed energy. No more instability, no more insecurity, no more feeling this terrible sense of rejection or abandonment. And we take that first baby step in a new direction. So I do feel like I'm seeing a turnaround in the future. I don't think it's going to happen anytime lickety split because Pentacles move very slow. They're the slower element. But I feel like this person is trying to override their own fears and insecurities and apprehensions about a new beginning. But if you're tapping into your inner Queen of Swords with that High Priestess, put those two energies together. Trust that intuition. Trust what your intuition is telling you. Trust what you're picking up from this person at 5D. Many of you likely communicate at 5D with your person, and see if you don't get a hit around what that might be. I really feel you're being guided to kind of quiet your mind a bit from all the noise, especially during Venus's travels. And I think I have the dates for you, so let me pull that up. Her pre-shadow phase begins on June 19th when she reaches 12 degrees of Leo, and will go all the way to to July 22nd. So pretty much a full month. The 19th of June to the 22nd of July is her forward motion through the path that she will retrograde back over. So you really want to focus on that pre-shadow phase, because whatever goes on in that 4-week period is pretty much what you're going to be dragged back through. It's like a preview of what's to come through the retrograde. So I have advised my clients, take out your calendar, mark down those dates, and go to your calendar every night like a diary and write down things that came up in matters of the heart, communication, your perceptions, your thoughts, your feelings, anything you're picking up from your person. All of that will be helpful information, because something is unfolding over time in a good way. And it may be the opportunity to take that first baby step forward. I like it. So that's what I have for you, Leo. Let me give you the astrology. Before I do that, there's a link in the description box in the first sentence that will take you to the extended. We're going to be looking at our King of Cups here. How do they show up in the reading? What is their take on what's going on? Like their perspective, how they see you, think about you, or feel about you at this time, their intentions toward you and the connection going forward. So we may get more information about timing even from that, and then I'll pull a card from more guidance from Spirit and an oracle. So here's what we've got. King of Cups is Scorpio energy. The Devil is Capricorn, which is ruled by Saturn. So lots of lessons being learned, sometimes the hard way with the Devil. We have Leo here in the Strength card. This is Venus, okay, which rules Taurus and Libra. The Queen of Swords is out twice. That's more Libra. King of Pentacles is Taurus. Love all the Libra energy here, by the way. The World card is out twice. That is Saturn for Aquarius and Capricorn. It used to rule Aquarius once upon a time. The Hierophant is Taurus, and our little page of wands here, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We have Justice out twice. That's more Libra. And the High Priestess is Pisces. The Sun is the Sun, but it rules Leo. The Moon is the Moon, but we've got it ruling Pisces here. This card rules Pisces. And the Knight of Pentacles is Virgo. And the Page of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. All right, my dears, that's what I have for you. The link to the extended is below. I'll see you there in a second. Bye for now.